When you decide that the mental situation you are in is something that you can no longer bear, you will have various possibilities. There are people who decide to become homeless, a drug addict, others who turn for help to a therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist, others who try to make a new life, new job, new wife, new home, etc. These are all temporary solutions. Maybe initially they will be of some benefit, but after some time the situation will be the same or worse than before. The only real solution is through meditation. Meditation is something to practice alone. You can also meditate in a group. Some meditation techniques, when practiced in a group, turn out to have greater benefits. But that does not mean you do not meditate alone. You are meditating alone, but in a group. This means that you are your only master. Discussing meditation or the advantages or disadvantages you have while meditating is not beneficial. Meditation must become your secret, with which you do not discuss with anyone. So, meditating in a group, especially in the beginning, is something that helps, but do not discuss among yourselves about meditation or spirituality. One can discuss the Holy Scripture or philosophize on the talks on theologians or mystics, but as far as for your experience you have during meditation, it must remain a secret. Just one thing for you. You obviously have to learn a technique. So you will have to learn it from someone. Ask questions about how to practice the technique you have chosen, but that is all. You have to learn how to perform the technique precisely. Once you understand how to perform the technique, you won't need anything else. The technique must be carried out correctly and following the instruction in detail, without changing anything, keeping the experience you have during meditation a secret, not to let anyone know that you are meditating, belongs to the Sufi tradition. Sufis are a religion tradition born from the union between Hinduism and Muslim. When the Muslims invaded India, the two religions came into contact. Thus, the birth of this incredible religion, Sufism. There are many reasons why you should keep it secret, the fact that you meditate, and also why you should not discuss meditation, even with the people you meditate with. The main reason why it is best to keep that fact that we meditate a secret is to avoid creating a new psychological image of oneself. If you meditate and you will create a new psychological image of yourself, meditation will do no good to you. It will be just another mental issue, nothing more. This is why a master like Jiddu Krishnamurti, has always been against any religions, organization, and any meditation technique. Unfortunately, he was right. True religion is an individual phenomenon. The speaker is not aware to creating a place where several meditators gather to live together. But these meditators should work deeply, not to build new psychological images of themselves. A sure way to avoid creating a psychological image is to live alone and in solitude, without belonging to any group. This is what the speaker has been doing for years, keeping change in place every 2 to 3 months. From the mid-1950s, Jiddu Krishnamurti and Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh were two of the best-known spiritual masters. Krishnamurti did not teach any meditation techniques and did not want to create any organization around him. On the contrary, Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh taught many techniques and had many disciples and an amazing organization around him. What is sobering is that Jiddu Krishnamurti became enlightened with the help of an organization called Theosophical Society, which looked after him until the age that Krishnamurti attained enlightenment. The moment Krishnamurti reached enlightenment, he dissolved the organization that had sprung up around him. Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh was independent as a child, not sharing the beliefs of his parents. For an Indian child born in 1930, certainly not an easy thing to do. He has always been a rebel, a child, and later a man, always opposed to everything. So, what the two masters taught once enlightenment was somehow contrary to their own experience. The speaker can understand why. Krishnamurti has suffered a lot growing up within an organization like the Theosophical Society, having to practice many meditation techniques and rituals. So, for him, the organization and meditation techniques were of no use, but they were the real problem, something that had no need to exist for a psychological transformation. Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh has always worked on himself alone, without being part of any organization, and without following any spiritual path. This certainly must not have been easy, a path full of doubts and loneliness. Not easy to follow. His spiritual practice from an early age was something incredible, but with many problems. So, once he achieved enlightenment, he wanted to help people become enlightened, but without going through what he had to go through. Krishnamurti and Bhagwan, out of compassion for others, have tried to build a spiritual path to enlightenment, while minimizing suffering, tried to make enlightenment accessible to everyone. For the speaker, the two different teachings must be united. Perhaps this is why existence has made these two men so different and great, incredible great, live together. History has known many great men, but the speaker is so grateful to existence that it made it possible for him to be born after these two men, to be able to listen to their teachings. So, for the speaker, these two masters must be united in a single teaching. By this, the speaker means practice meditation technique, but don't get attached to them and don't hope they will be of any use. Live in a group, create spiritual organization, so you don't have to live in society, but live alone, like you were no part of any organization. Live together, but alone. Have a partner, possibly of the opposite sex, but live psychologically alone. Do not stay celibate, but do not have children. If you are lucky enough to meet a master, abandon yourself to him, but never become dependent of him. Listen to what he says the same way you listen to the bird singing. That is, without interpretation or without waiting to draw any knowledge from it. The only purpose of life for the human being is to become enlightenment. Anything else is simply a waste of time. Thank you for listening.